Well, America. A lot of noise. I'm a little ill prepared today, so bear with me. You know, I'm going to make an observation right off the bat. Again, disheveled. I'm going to work here in a minute. But I want to get this off my chest. I'm getting more and more calls for a revolution. And I want to say to you right now, every individual, every single citizen, every person in this nation, you are your own soldier. That's why the right to keep and bear arms is given to you in the Constitution. I'm not going to promote revolution because I've seen the kinds of death and destruction and unwantedness that comes about with this. But I am going to say this so that we are clear. Evolution is revolution, and revolution is the involvement of man who yearns to be free. The national ID card is coming in May, so I guess organization is the thing that you need. You need to find your neighbor who can bear a weapon. If you know of someone who would like to have a weapon, and it's illegal for them to have a weapon, in the event of revolution, you may want to be able to keep one on hand for them. Bullets only have a life expectancy of about 2 years, tops, even with a good dry grain, kept in a dry storage area. But you have to remember, they're fighting Iraqis right now, and the Iraqis are still managing to lose, only because of the amount of things that Halliburton is bringing. So the first thing I'm going to suggest is crush Halliburton. Absolutely take over their headquarters, disperse their people, find out who the true free thinkers are. The national ID card is going to be the worst thing that happens to this nation. It's going to be the one thing that ties in the FBI, the CIA, all of your family, your entire bloodline. I'm a patriot to my country, and I'm a follower of the Constitution. I believe in a one-nation system, not a one Amero dollar. No thanks. The US dollar is just fine with me. A gold-backed dollar, and the belief that all men are born free. To anyone out there who feels like your nation has turned on you, do you think it was bad before? Wait. The VA has turned against these military men because they know what the final solution is going to be. They're going to round them up and they're going to eliminate them because they're going to be what they're going to call a drag on society. Also, retirement homes, they're going to be cleaning them out. They're going to be brainwashing your children and bringing them about with an ideology that isn't yours and they share with no one other than themselves. The fascist regime that's coming into power now is going to be the result of almost 90 years of power brokering, and they think they're going to get away with it. There's going to be a coalition of forces that land right here. I wouldn't be surprised if it's going to be a nice mixture of English, German, Chinese, and American soldiers who are willing to help round up people here in this nation to bring them to the concentration camps. And don't be fooled, just because all the construction's going on the West Coast doesn't mean it's not going on the East Coast. Underneath Dick Cheney's house, it was reported that there had been a lot of drilling, and it's probably true, because they know that there's going to be a couple of short revolutions, and they're pretty sure they can squelch them. So between now and May of '08, so that's according to everything that I'm getting, they're talking about the return of troops in May. That's simply because they know they're going to be able to squelch the system there. They're trying to start a holy war, which is why the Catholics and the Jews, they're trying to bring about the end times of Christ and prove that there's no time, or they're trying to bring out God so that they can crush him under their devilish, iconic powers, using these little symbols. I've seen a reverend, I've seen 1, 2, 3, 4, 5 TV evangelicals use this symbol. I've seen all of the presidents. I've seen a couple of them do one of these with the hand out like that. And I think it's a horrible state of affairs. We are a free people here, and we need to stop this. In America, I keep stressing that we're running out of time, but to form an actual army, the only thing that I can tell you is organization. Know who your neighbor is, know where they stand, because the last thing you want is to be ready to fight a war, and then the neighbor that you thought you could trust is the one who shoots you in the head and squelches your liberties instantaneously. I'm not a proponent of revolution, and I'm probably going to get in a lot of trouble over this video, but I've had it. America, our anger, I hear it, I see it, and not just in the letters and the emails that I'm getting now, but in the videos that I'm watching. Everyone's angry, and I don't blame them, frankly. There comes a time in America when even our Constitution makes reparation for these things, and the fact of the matter is it's time. It's time Americans begin moving. I want to push for a singular date that Americans can peacefully march on Washington. I got another letter that said Mexicans marched on Washington and it didn't resolve anything. Well, mostly because they're not American citizens. They want to live free in our society, but this is our society, and we're the only ones that they're really going to listen to, and they're not even going to really listen to us. They're going to put a standing militia around the center of Washington, D.C. in order to keep us out. But the louder we scream, the more attention we're going to tend to take. And, of course, hotels and restaurants and groceries will benefit from our arrival because we'll absolutely wipe the shelves out. So be prepared, bring lots of water. America, we need a date to do this by. And I'm open and susceptible to anything that you can recommend as far as getting this accomplished. America, I'm tired. And I'm ready. So whichever way this country's ready to go, I already am a member of a standing militia. I stand here before you in my best gear, ready to explain to you what you need to know to help you to understand and to help me to understand exactly what's happening around us. So in the eventuality that anything should come about America, we need to know where our standing militia is right now. So look to your neighbor, look to your left, look to your right, find out where their loyalties are. It doesn't matter if they're Democrat, it doesn't matter if they're Republican, it doesn't matter if they're vegetarian. As long as they're ready to stand and believe, then you've already begun the true militia, because we don't have to be a standing army, but we do have to be organized. So we need to know where our lieutenants are. We need to know where our generals are. We need to know where our colonels are. We need to know where our bootmen are. It's time. It's time to stand out in the street and be counted. Because when the national identification card comes about, there will be no international travel. There will be roadblocks, there will be street blocks. Police officers who stand in defiance of the Constitution, you're most likely going to make rank in the new world order of the people. Because you know, as well as we do, how wrong this really is. And you don't care because you think you're going to bring about a great free society in the future. And I think you're mistaken, because revolution is evolution. Free-thinking people, Muslims who think free, they're the first ones to want to come about and say this. The Catholics would oppress you. And I know that's going to upset the Catholics, but the Muslims do it too, and the Jews do it. Everyone seems to want to oppress someone else, and I'm tired of it. So anyone who teaches hate from this point on should be arrested and made to stand trial. If found guilty, we don't have time for prisons anymore. We'll just hang you. So if you want to fix this nation, you want to fix this system, fine. If it's a revolution that people want, then it's a revolution that people will have. But just know, I'm a peace-seeking person who wants to find a way that we can get around this. We can remove these people from power. We can take them out of office. We can demand their resignation. And we can ask for them to step down. It takes an act of Congress for impeachment. No one seems to care that he's breaking the law because everyone knows where it's going. Like I said, they're millionaires and they're billionaires. And they know exactly what they need to do, and they know they're going to have protection in the end time. They know it. So America, we need to take away that confidence from them. We need to take away the one thing that they have that separates them from us. They think their money is going to give them power. Well, when your family is on their way to concentration camps, and we're fighting and blowing up trains in order to try to free as many as possible, in order to build our army and to set them free and to give them one last moment of freedom, because we can't rush for Canada. Canada has now set up the system where they're going to block us. Mexico's almost done. So we're not going to be able to go north, we're not going to be able to go south, we're not going to be able to go east or west. America, there's no place for us to go. So the one thing we have to do is start finding our neighbors, start stockpiling, start preparing, get yourselves in shape, be ready, because nothing's worse than an easy target. Some fat man running down the street, they're going to knock you down.